And then it really wasn't until last year, once we started doing pitch competitions and meeting with other founders and putting ourselves out into the community, that I feel like TitleWise really starting to come into its own as officially a company. I stopped calling it a project or a hustle, and it really was TitleWise, my new exciting company.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Awesome Inc.'s podcast, where we highlight people pursuing their definition of, you guessed it, awesome. So buckle up and get ready for some more success story adventures and failures from Kentucky's tech and entrepreneur community. Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into this episode of the Awesome Inc. podcast. I am pretty excited to sit down with the second Fibercross winner from this year. This is Jennifer with TitleWise. We had an awesome event at the Kentucky Theater at the end of this April with awesome sponsors. Thank you, Kinetic and Insperity, for allowing us to spur on Kentucky entrepreneurs. And again, this is a quick podcast episode to recap the winner and hear about Jennifer's experience. So Jennifer, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to the conversation.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Yes, indeed. You crushed it the other night. And almost like we're on ESPN, I want to get the post-event recap from you. But before we do that, would love for you to share real briefly what your company TitleWise is and what service you offer.
Of course. So I am CEO at TitleWise. We create digital solutions for the real estate title industry. That looks like digital worksheets, reports, and database specifically designed for land title researchers.
So for the average Joe who might not have a home or they're not into real estate, what is that on layman's term? How do you guys work? How do you make money? Yeah, answer some of these questions for folks who are listening.
Yeah, good question. So we work within the ecosystem of lenders, real estate agents, and real estate attorneys working to get real estate transactions closed. So if you have bought a home or refinanced, title research was a small but vital and foundational component of that overall transaction process you had to go through to actually get to the closing table and close that deal.
Right on. You're on it to the point. That's great. Well, Jennifer, let me ask. So you pitched at Fibercross. Was that your first pitch experience ever, or are you a seasoned entrepreneur and you've pitched multiple times?
I have been a pitch junkie for about a year now, although I can say the Fibercross event was like nothing I've ever participated in before. It was wild.
I don't think I've ever heard someone say I'm a pitch junkie. That's a good one. I'm going to keep that, and I need to make sure that you get the royalties when I share that in the future. Well, cool. Well, again, you did phenomenally. You came up on stage. You're wearing some leather. You were confident. It was great. Right. We also had another Jennifer who was pitching. So even though there were 5 teams, it was really the battle of the Jennifers. That's how at least I felt that night. Well, let's dive in. So again, you took home the W from the Kentucky Theater a few weeks ago. And I want to know what your experience was like. So you pitched, you just said the Fibercross experience was like nothing you've been to before. What made it different, and what was maybe an expectation you had going into the event?
Well, I think going in, you're expecting, okay, I've only got 5 minutes and then a few moments with the judges. It's going to fly by really quickly. Then they add fog machines and party music, and the audience is on their feet clapping, and all of a sudden, all the prepping and the memorization you were doing is out the window, and it's just good vibes and energy. And to me, that was kind of what the takeaway was so special, was you could really be in the moment, be present, and really flow with what you know about your company. And so to get up there and talk naturally was kind of a special aspect of this particular competition. Yeah.
Great. You're on this. You're so succinct. This is wonderful. So one of the things we like to know at Fibercross is it truly is set up to be, yes, a pitch competition, gathering people from all across the state. Also, we want it to be a pep rally because we know at Awesome Inc. we are very much a startup as well with different programs, that being an entrepreneur, being in the startup world, it can be a very lonely place. And so sometimes just having a little encouragement goes a long way. For yourself as an entrepreneur, how long has TitleWise been around?
So TitleWise started as an idea in our garage back in like 2017. It really came to fruition where we had a product that we could launch to the companies we worked with back in 2019. And then it really wasn't until last year, once we started doing pitch competitions and meeting with other founders and putting ourselves out into the community, that I feel like TitleWise really became starting to come into its own as officially a company. I stopped calling it a project or a hustle, and it really was TitleWise, my new exciting company. And I really believe that leaning in and getting engaged with the founder community, the startup community, was what helped us start to really get an identity in that space.
That's great. Jennifer, that being said, you just won the grand prize, $500 cold hard cash, and you won a $5,000 safe note from one of our partners, Kiosk Capital. What are those funds going to allow TitleWise to do before the December event? Because we know you're going to win the Fibercross finals.
Oh yes, we've got our sights set on the finals for sure. But in the meantime, we definitely have a lot of work to do. So we're focusing on our full-scale go-to-market strategy, which is really launching in May. So we're here. And we're going to use this funding to help us fine-tune some product enhancements and do additional hiring so that we can really scale our team and get to work at a faster pace to achieve the milestones we've set. We're ready to go. We just want to get there as quickly as possible.
Love to hear that. Well, Jennifer, as we're going to wrap up again, we're going to keep this pretty brief to be a nice recap. Where can the people who are tuning into this podcast learn more about TitleWise, or even better, where can the people listening become, or how can they become a customer of your company?
Yes, we would love if everyone could come check out our website. It's www.titlewise.work. We're also on LinkedIn. You can find me, Jennifer Mason. TitleWise has a page, and we're also around town. So we love to connect in person, reach out, let's get a coffee. I like to say, let's talk title.
Well, Jennifer, as we're wrapping up, what's your go-to coffee order?
Ooh, I am an iced latte person year round.
I know coffee has for a long time was always drank hot, and this is off the cuff, but I think coffee is significantly better cold. So if you're listening, reach out to Jennifer, offer to buy her an iced latte any time of the year. I'll keep that in mind next time you're in Lexington. Well, Jennifer, thanks so much for joining with us. Again, congratulations. You did phenomenally at the April Fibercross. And for those listening, give a big shout out to our sponsors, Connect by Windstream as the title sponsor for all of Fibercross, and for Insperity, who is the presenting sponsor for April. And head on over to @AwesomeIncLex on all socials so you can find more awesome content about entrepreneurs like Jennifer and those who also pitched at Fibercross. So, Jennifer, keep working hard, and we will see you in December.
Garrett, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Awesome Inc. Podcast. And another quick thank you to Lee Rosevear and a few members from our community who provide the music that you hear in this show. Lastly, give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Or even better, come on down to our space. Come be a part of our community and get plugged in, and let's start something awesome together. You guys rock. We'll see you next time.